is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, it's Friday night. How are you? How's everybody? It's good evening, everyone watching us from the Pacific or in California. Good evening to everyone. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. And if you're watching us from the Philippines, it is, I believe, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. It's a beautiful Saturday. And as always, I hope you had a wonderful lunch with your loved ones, your family, your significant others, and your friends. And magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. This is gonna be a wonderful, wonderful show, and I'll tell you in a bit. And if you're watching us in different parts of the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy viewing to our team replay. I know there's a lot of you who are gonna be watching this show after the broadcast, so that's happy viewing to you and to our team share. And also, we are live on PHLB Radio Facebook page and simultaneously airing live on PHLB Radio YouTube channel. So if you are not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? All you have to do is click on that like, share, and subscribe. And of course, if you want to be notified every time we are on, just click on that notification bell so you will be informed that every time there is a PHLB Radio show online, and all you have to do is click on that and share to your friends as well. Also, we are live in different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And if you have any questions also on the shows of PHLB Radio as well as the station, just click on the PHLB Radio webpage, which is www.phlbradio.com. And if you're using Alexa, Amazon Fire TV, all you have to do is look for Amazon channel of PHLB Radio. And if you're using also that wonderful gadget, which is Alexa, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play PHLB Radio. And so you got to watch the show. Today, it's such a wonderful, wonderful show, and I'm so excited because we have a long history with the guests that we have. Their family is like family to me, and I think I've mentioned it once or twice or every time I have a chance, because they are my adopted family every time, and it's a second home, and I feel so at home, and it's a different story. And when I met the family of this guest of ours tonight, our special guest, she was not even born, and let's not second guess my age, but it is what it is. But now she's grown to be a fine lady, a very beautiful lady at that, and of course she's a singer as well on top of that. And so many things happened to her, and one of the beautiful things that happened is she placed number 9, of course top 9 of this 2023 licensure of speech pathologist of in the Philippines, and she'll talk more about that. And to place 9th, imagine. I mean, of course, without a doubt, she would place higher than that for sure. And of course, I expected her to be one of the top 10, and she did. And she'll talk about that and the experience in that. And of course, she graduated from one of the finest university in the Philippines, and that's none other, University of the Philippines, Manila, because Diliman is normally for the business and the arts and sciences, but when it comes to the medical fields and all that, it goes to UP Manila. So everybody's saying, why is she not in Diliman? Because there's no sciences in Diliman. Everything is in Manila. If you graduated from the UP system, you would know that. So just a trivia: if you are like medicine and any other to do with the branch of sciences, that's UP Manila. And she'll talk about that as well. So without much further ado, and she's a business owner too as well, and she'll talk about that because this is so exciting. I'm so excited. You could tell I am in awe at this young lady since I got to meet her. And of course, her parents are just wonderful parents, and we'll meet them as well in a minute. And we have some surprises in store for her as well. So I will give you now my special guest. It's none other than JAYE Lao Mayor, and it's RSLP. So that's, I would assume it is registered, licensed, speech language pathologist. So without much ado, take it away, JAYE.
Hello. Hello everyone! Hi, Tito Josh. Nako, nahiya naman ako sa introduction mo, Tito Josh. Grabe.
But it's so true. But before we continue, Rako, I think so many people already watching from Kalibo, Aklan. Your mom, of course, being Lao Mayor, the beautiful mother, and what can I say? She's the superwoman, one of the superwomen women that I have met in this lifetime. That's Bing or Mirabel Bing Lao Mayor, and then of course I have your sister, your older sister, Iya is watching. Hi Iya, long time no see, and of course. If you have the mom, the 50% of that is your dad. And Jack, that's Jose Joaquin V. Mayor is watching as well. And then and they're all watching from Kalibo, Aklan. I don't know, I think Iya is in Manila. That's what I heard.
She is.
And then, of course, Desi Santos is watching from Quezon City. Hi, Des. And then Hazel is watching us. Hazel is watching from... I know watching us. Hold on. Okay, I just lost my screen here. Hazel is watching us from Houston, Texas. Hey, Hazel. And then Catherine Cruz is watching as well. Catherine is the wife of the former Consul General of Los Angeles, Adele Cruz. Hello, Catherine. And sorry, I saw more people watching us, and I just missed my screen. So, how is it, young lady? So tell us about first, you graduated from that finest university.
Yeah.
You're a scholar ng bayan.
Yes.
And what was your major? I know your Bachelor of Science in what?
Bachelor of Science in Speech Pathology po.
Okay, and then of course, being a graduate. So walk with us being number 9. Was that a surprise, or were you aiming on that one of the top 10? Because that's really not a walk in the park to be a top 10 of any licensure in the Philippines.
Right.
So how was that? What was the preparation like?
Yeah, so ayun. To be honest with you, Tito, no, parang ever since na na-announce na magbo-boards kami, I really made it a goal for myself na maging at least part of the top 10 because I really wanted something to work towards. Feel ko kasi kapag I just, set out to pass, parang, syempre I wanted, more. You know that quote na parang, shoot for the moon and land, you'll land among the stars at least. Parang ganun. That was
That's nice.
Yeah, when I was setting goals for the exam. So yeah, I am really gonna be honest and say na goal ko naman talaga na maging top-notcher for the exam. Yeah.
And
it was
goosebumps. Honestly, when I saw the posting of your parents, I said it cannot happen to a very fine lady other than yourself, because I know your dad is really into your parents are really into the academe, and I know you guys, everybody from Iya to everybody in your family, it's really the Lao and the Mayors. Of course you guys are, and then of course you really made a difference, because I think you're the first in the clan to be one of the top of any exam, and that's amazing.
Yeah. It was the first ever kasi na exam, Tito Josh. Actually, this whole exam was it was really a journey talaga kasi I graduated I graduated back in 2019 pa, diba? I graduated in May. And so yung naging parang the SLP law kasi was passed I graduated in June, and then the law was passed in May. So I don't really recall the specifics of the law, pero parang it stated na whoever hindi pa graduate by the time that the law was passed ay kailangan mag-take ng exam. So parang it was this whole thing din, oh my gosh, if I only graduated 3 weeks earlier sana, hindi na sana ako mag-take, parang ganon. So it was a really stressful thing for me. Pero syempre wala naman akong magawa, that's the law. So all I did na lang was, make the best of it na lang, and work really hard to make sure na worth it yung pag-aaral ko and everything. So,
Well,
yeah.
definitely that is something nobody can take away from you. It always every time that you will be mentioned or you will be introduced, you say that the top notcher, nine place nine. It's a tag that will go with you until until your grave.
Yeah.
It's
Until
gonna
my
be,
grave.
yeah, because it is such an honor. Because you can,
Yeah.
how many people took that exam?
We were 545.
Imagine, and you placed ninth.
Yeah.
Imagine, and
Yeah, grabe.
and this is the first time that they had that. And imagine, so
Mm.
I'm curious when it came out, the result came out. Were you looking at the first 10 for your name?
No! No, no, no. Actually, kasi the day na it was released, parang, kasi po 'di ba, when they announce an exam, they give also yung parang time frame na
Yes.
this is like the estimated time frame when when the results are gonna be released. So they gave us like a time frame na parang a week or something. And then it was the last day na of that time frame. So everyone knew na parang, okay, I think that the results are gonna be released na tonight, ganon. So naturally, I was trying to keep myself distracted. Like I was like watching movies, parang ganon, trying to keep my mind off of the exam. Pero syempre, kahit nanonood ako ng movie, I would still like check my phone every few minutes, no? So yun, and then I received a notification. And then the notification kasi was from my friend. Tapos, congrats agad. Hindi
Yeah.
yung, yeah, hindi yung the results are out, ganon. As in, congrats agad. So I didn't actually really have time to be nervous because they already told me that I passed. So yun. So first I checked if all of my friends passed. And then, if everyone from my batch from UP passed, ganon. And then, saka na ako nag-check ng top notchers. And then, oh, hala, my name is there. So, nagulat din ako. Pero at the same time, like, nagulat ako, pero at the same time, I'm glad na hindi ako, super shocked when I saw it. Kasi I knew that I worked so hard to get there. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
as they said, diba, what you sow, you reap. What you plant,
Yeah, what you saw.
you harvest. And
Yeah.
I can imagine your mom and your dad's
Oh,
reaction.
hindi, oo nga hindi ko pa nga po sila kasama at the time. But yeah, obviously they nagpa-dinner sila and everything. You know how it is here in Kalibo na
Yeah.
always looking for reasons to celebrate. So we called up the cousins, the family, then we ate out.
Yeah, because it's one thing to pass. To pass, it's already an achievement. But
Right.
to be placed in one of the top 10, that's
Yeah.
just another hurdle that's it doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
let's talk about your childhood because I know you have beautiful siblings. So
Yeah.
you are number what in the family of?
I am third out of 5 siblings.
So you're a middle child.
I'm a middle child.
You're like me.
Yeah, right smack in the middle talaga.
Yes, and then
Din pala, tita.
yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. That's why I love you guys. Okay, now the ate is Iya.
Manang Aya.
My
Iya
yeah.
is,
Go ahead.
yeah, Manang Aya is my older sister, my manang, and then Iya is my younger sister.
Yeah, and then
So it goes na the oldest sibling is my brother, si Manong Mimoy, and then Manang Aya, my sister, and then me, and then my younger brother Kinoy, and then my younger sister Iya. So talagang I have every sibling you can think of. I have an older brother, older sister, younger brother, younger sister. So middle child talaga.
yeah. So how was growing up in Kalibo?
Oh, growing up in Kalibo, I just had really fond memories talaga of like hanging out in the grocery store that we own as a family. And it's nice to live in Kalibo kasi I grew up with my cousins too because they just lived like walking distance lang from me. So I feel like if I lived anywhere else or in a city or whatever, I might not have been as close to my cousins as I am now. And in general, I really love like the laid back vibe of Kalibo, and everyone is so nice here, typical province.
Yeah, but
Life.
one of the things too that was so impressive with the whole clan, the Lao and the Mayors, you guys are so close knit. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
really need, I keep telling Manong Dodoy or Marlon that you don't really need anyone else
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
are already a party within itself. Just with the
Yeah.
family, the kids, it's just like a party. And like what you said earlier, you don't really have to have a reason to have a party.
Yeah.
Weekends, you guys see each other together. You guys have breakfast in different houses, and it's just one of those that I think Ama and the grandfather, great grandfather, did a fantastic
Yeah.
job, which
Yeah.
was trickled down to your parents, and of
Yeah.
course you're gonna take it also to their
To the
parents,
next
to the next
generation.
generation. Let's show first this famous Mayor family of yours. Let's show the pictures.
Oh, you have you got pictures?
Of course, I have some surprises for you too. Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
that's New Year. We were all in stripes kasi ano, parang good luck. Good luck daw if you wear stripes on New Year.
Right, and then we have one more. We have more. Oh yeah, there you go.
I love that picture. I think that's my favorite picture of us because the dogs are there too. But yeah.
And now that Manang, your eldest sister, is based in Manila, so when do you guys get together? Because I think most of you guys went to different school. I mean, of course, the formative years, the grade school,
Yeah.
you were educated in Kalibo, and then of course some of you, and most now they are in Iloilo. Some I think attended Ateneo.
Yeah.
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 So in your case, did you stay in Kalibo from your grade school up to your high school, and then you just went to UP Manila for college?
I studied in Kalibo until the end of grade school, and then
Mm-hmm.
come high school I went to Iloilo rin, Ateneo also, which is same kami with my cousins too. My older brother, he also went to Ateneo. My sister though went to Pisay. So
And I and then
yeah,
I
sorry.
think for grade school, did you not go to Wadeford?
I did. I did go to
Yeah, because
Wadeford.
I saw a picture that you were awarded as well because of
Yeah.
like your achievement because of being top nine. I saw that as
Yes. On their page too, yeah. I also visit din sometimes there, give talks din doon. Like to give back also to Wait For It because it's really where it all started, I feel like, for me.
Right, but before we continue, we have Bernard Fernandez watching from Aklan. Congrats, Mom Jay, for the Sanag Speech Center in Kalibo. Nako, we're going to be talking about that as well. That business of which is very new in Kalibo, and this is a brand new business, and we'll talk
Yes.
about that, and we will know more about that up close. And then of course, Luz Meminda Kasamir. Oh, Marasigan. Hi, Luz. I'll be flying to Manila soon, so I'll be talking to you as well. And happy viewing. I think Luz is watching us from Cavite, if I'm not mistaken. Happy viewing to all of you. And those people who are watching us, magparamdam kayo. Shout out. So we could give you, hello po, sabi niya ni Bernard. And hopefully I'll see you when I'll visit Kalibo in April. And of course, Lyndon De La Torre is watching us from Glendale, California. Happy viewing, Lyndon, and to your family as well. Now you mentioned about giving back and where you came from. I think it's
Yeah.
high time we introduce the two people responsible for you. I think they're gonna kill me for sure. Let's show first. Yes, here you go. That's
Yeah.
Jack. That's Daddy Jack, and of course, Mommy Bing.
Yes. My
Okay,
beautiful
there you go.
parents.
There's I chose all these pictures. I know because I try to get all the good looking pictures, and every pictures that I've seen are all good looking, and they're so together, and it's so amazing. So, what can you tell about your parents?
Yeah, honestly, Tito, I feel like my parents are like my biggest. I feel like lots of people can relate to this naman when I say that my parents are really my biggest supporters. Especially during board exam season talaga, they made sure na I had everything I needed. You know, I wasn't stressed with other things that I needed to do. Parang as much as possible, they tried to cover everything that I needed during the exam season para makapag-aral ako ng maayos. So, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have gotten the top spot either if they weren't like if they didn't have my back, kept took care of me during the exam season, and obviously, of course, in all the seasons of
Of
my life.
course. So since you're you mentioned about taking care of you, let's have some pictures with you and your dad.
Oh, I love
There
that
you go. I
picture.
think this is such a
Yeah,
good picture.
yeah.
That was you when you were still a baby. And then let's show more pictures. I had fun going through all the I'm
Yeah,
researching on this.
clearly, tito. Kita ko naman. So,
Look at that. And there's some more. I mean, I tried to have the progression.
oh yeah, I love these photos. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's in Negros.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at Jack right there. And then I think that's
Oh,
and then
there.
this is
Yeah.
more recent. Okay, now that we showed your dad, any message for your dad?
Pa, hello. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for always reminding me of, what's important in life. Thank you for guiding me with all the major decisions I have to make. Yon. Love you.
Okay, now let's show your mom. We have a solo picture of your mom. Because for
I
some
love
reason, every time I
that.
look for your mom's picture, it's always with your dad. They're so close
Oh,
together. So this is the only picture I've seen that I went to her page. I went to
yeah.
your page. This is the only picture I have of her by herself. So how was being as a mom?
How is she as a
Yeah,
mom?
this is the time. This is time to get back.
No, pero wala talaga akong masabi. Like, actually, Tito, fun fact, parang just before this interview nga, she came into the room, made sure na, okay ba yung background ng video mo for Tito Josh? O tala, let's move the table, let's ganyan. So she's really that type of person na, she's very detail-oriented. And, again, I guess we're gonna talk about this more later, but with my recently opened clinic, she was really like the arms and the legs behind everything. So I really have her to thank talaga dun sa clinic. But
Well, she's always
yeah,
been like that. And one of the things that
yeah.
fascinates me, actually two things. She became a plantita.
Yeah.
I love her
She
flowers. I love her
did.
plants. Yeah, it's amazing.
She
I mean, all
definitely
those are very
did.
expensive plants. And then, and one thing also that I know for a fact that your mom is very spiritual. And
Yeah, she is.
that's so amazing. I mean, every time I got to see her and we got to talk and we talk about different, we exchange some ideas and some scriptures and just amazing. I think that's why your family is so close knit and
Yeah.
you guys one of the ideal families that I've seen and I have encountered in my life and it's
Wow, thank you,
not
Tito.
only the mayor but of course the Lao as well
Yeah.
because I saw it from your uncles and your aunts and of course it's passed on to the kids and I've
Yeah.
seen that you guys growing up and all that so that's
Yeah.
just simply amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tito. Yeah. I think in terms of like the Laos being super close knit, Mama would say na it's really something that Lola tried to cultivate
Yes.
ever since talaga before pa. Kaya, yeah, my mom is very, very lovable, very, very loving also. So, shout out to you, Mama. Hey.
And talk about your mom.
Yeah.
Since we had a message for your dad earlier, what's your message to your mom? And hopefully she doesn't cry. Can you know she has a yeah she's iyakin.
She is! Oh my gosh! Like me. I'm also iyakin. Siguro sa kanya ko nakuha. But yeah, my message lang to my mom is just also, I feel like I really do not thank her enough. Like every single day, she always asks me how I am, asks if she can help me with anything. And I feel like we get into arguments sometimes and yeah, we get into arguments sometimes, but then I know that it always comes from a place of love from her. So yon. In case I don't tell you enough, Ma, I love you. And
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, and then
of
she said,
course.
"I'm crying now."
Of course she is. Of course she's crying.
So
Nagulat ka
I'm
pa ba,
getting,
Tito?
I'm getting text PM messages, and she says she's so pretty. Is she still available? Oh, that's
Oh
a
my
question
gosh.
now from some people. Are you available?
Um, uh,
Oh my God, put her on the spot. Your dad is gonna kill me.
Akala ko ba we're talking about the therapy
Well,
clinic?
it was texted to me. So
Yeah.
are you dating?
I'm not. Currently not dating anyone.
Okay, so you're available.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, we'll talk about that. But right now, because let's concentrate first on this business that you open, and it's Sanag Speech Therapy Center, right?
Yes.
And then we'll go back to your personal thing later. 'Cause I'm being bombarded by this one. Like, see, this young man here from California was saying, "Can we have her FB page?" Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe later.
Okay, let's be professional first. Okay, let's talk about this business of yours. When did you open it, and what made you decide to open a business? Because a lot of young kids now, especially the Gen Z, Gen Z as well as
Yeah.
millennials, they normally would like to just be part of a company, and
Yeah.
opening a business in this day and age is really very challenging, and it's taxing, and it's a lot of hard work. Now, in your case, being so young, and of course, fresh graduate, being top 9 and all that, what made you decide to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Tito, actually. And the answer is I actually did not really, it wasn't something na ako yung nakaisip. It was my mom. Like, actually, ever since I came home, kasi diba I was working in Manila for a while. After graduating, parang I started my practice in Manila. And then when the pandemic hit, I went back home to Kalibo. So I've always been just content with working in other clinics that other people own, or like in schools or whatever. Kasi, yeah, I was just content with it naman. But then it was my mom who really planted the idea in my head na you should open up your own clinic, para mas may control ka over, the environment and stuff, and you have more control over your hours, your patients, etc. No, which she really did have a point din naman kasi, because with speech therapy, right, you deal with a lot of different cases like across the lifespan. And some cases would involve like kids who really need like more space to move around, ganyan. So it really, yeah, it was really an idea that came from my mom. So I'm gonna give her the credit talaga. But I'm just glad that she really guided me through everything, because I don't really know much about, putting up a business. And my parents are business people. So I'm really glad that they were there for me during the whole process.
And let's make sure too that of course let's mention, like, your parents has always been an entrepreneur. They're
Yeah.
I never remember them working for someone else. I think it came
Yeah.
from Ama, from the grandma, from Mariani, and then trickle down. They're all business owners. They're always entrepreneur. They're it will be surprising to see you working for someone else, because
Yeah.
that's how you guys are molded. Of course, like what your mom was saying, and of course, definitely your dad as well. It's different when you are a business owner. There's a lot of responsibility, but at the end of the day, you have control on your own time, and you could do what you want with your business. So let's show first how beautiful this office place that you have. Let's show some pictures. There you go.
Okay.
So explain first this while we're showing this first picture.
So this is the outside of the clinic. It's so the address of the clinic, it's in the L'Oreal building. So that's the L'Oreal building. To get into my clinic, you have to go inside there, and it's the first door on the right.
Okay, go ahead, Yo. Let's show. Yeah, there you go.
And this is the interior. So that brown door over there is the entrance, and then it leads you right into the receiving area.
Okay, there you go.
The receiving area, and also where my admin assistant, Ma'am Ninya, stays. And then this is the session area na. So we have a table for one-on-one sessions with older kids and with adults.
And there's one more. Where is it located? I know it's located somewhere. I think there you go.
Yeah, there it is. So that big building with the blue roof, that is the Metro Kalibo Water District. So this is along the road, along Jaime Cardinal Sin Avenue. So it's the road on the way to the airport. Yeah. So to get inside my clinic, you have to go past that.
So do you go to your clinic every day?
Yes, I do, Tito. Yeah.
And what are the office hours? Is it Monday to Sunday or Monday to Saturday? You get a Sunday off?
We're open from Monday to Friday from 9 to 5. Yeah, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But it's by appointment.
By appointment only, so no walk-ins.
Yeah. Well, walk-ins are welcome, but I would encourage na mag-inquire muna sila kasi we don't know how long the consultation is gonna take, and I might have, patients before or after, ganun. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're showing the Sanag. You say Sanag or Sanag?
You.
Okay, we're showing that information as well. Okay, walk us why Sanag and what Sanag means. I have already an idea, and I think we talked a little bit offline earlier, but explain it to our Filipinos abroad what Sanag means and why such name and who coined that name. How did you come about with that? Because I think it's so clever, and I'll tell you why I think it's so clever. But go ahead, you explain first. Who came up with the name?
Okay, so when we decided that I was gonna put up a clinic, I immediately started brainstorming names with my mom, right? But then since the start talaga dito, I always wanted a name and a brand, I guess, that would convey the message of hope talaga. Because I feel like a lot of people with disabilities, could have a hard time with hope, especially if the services that they need are not accessible to them. And yun nga, in the context of Kalibo being, like Kalibo and Aklan being a rural area, and Sanag, my therapy clinic being the first of its kind, I really, in Kalibo at least, I really wanted to put that message across, the message of hope, right? So I was thinking of words related to that, like light or like beacon, ganyan, breaking free from, the breaking free from the limitations that you have if you suffer from speech disorders, parang ganon. So so Sanag was actually, Sanag is an Aklanon word that means light, like kasanag, it's kind of like sinag, but sinag is in Tagalog, so parang light, something bright, ganon. So that's really the kind of message that I wanted my patients to feel. And apart from hope, I also feel like the word sanag or the word light has like a warm aura behind it. And I also, ever since I started as a clinician, that's really been one of my priorities, to make my patients feel safe and feel at home and trust me. When I provide, care, speech therapy care.
And you excellently explained the name.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I cannot add anything more because it's really the beginning. I mean, if you see a sunlight, it brightens your day. It makes everything looks colorful.
Yeah.
If you're going through some problems and some darkness, and you see the sunlight, and it gives you hope.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what you said. Okay, let's go now to the process that you have.
Right.
What is the process? Like if you are say a patient, so walk us through that, and we will show you the screen. While you're talking, we'll have the screen on too. On the how walk us to the steps that a client will go through. At least they have an idea. And by the way, our Filipinos abroad as well as Filipinos watching globally, everything that we will have here will be part of our archive. Then you could watch it again, and of course it's part also, and we'll mention also the website that you could watch. Majority of the materials we're using for the center, the therapy center, came from their website. So go ahead, Jay.
Okay, so that's a really great question, Tito Josh. No, so if you're not familiar with speech therapy, right? Speech therapy is usually when people ask me what it is, I liken it to physical therapy because that's what people are more familiar with. But basically, I work across the lifespan from babies until adults. And help them either learn or regain their ability to speak and also understand, like, understand what other people are saying, understand, like, build vocabulary and concepts, build listening skills, ganon. So I work with kids with developmental disorders like autism, Down syndrome, global developmental delays, also adults post-stroke, ganon. So
Mhm.
yun. So since every patient has different needs, right? It's very,
Mhm.
very individualized. So before we can start therapy, we have to first go we have to first uh carry out carry out an initial evaluation, which is basically where I assess the speech and language, and if ever din na may problem sila with swallowing, I also assess that through feeding sessions, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, we first have to have that evaluation. Usually it's a two 1 hour sessions over the span of 2 weeks. Yon. So it's basically
Wow.
where I figure out like the baseline skills of the client, what they can do and what they still have difficulties with. Ganon. And then after the evaluation, I then hold a meeting, like a case conference with the parents or like the guardian or the patient themselves. No, it's basically just like a roundtable discussion about what I found during the evaluation sessions and what their concerns are at home. If there's any discrepancy in between two of those, or in between both of those, and also the goals that I set for them, and if the family agrees that tama, that's really what we should work on, or if they have other suggestions on other goals that they would want to target, parang ganon. It's also basically like the session in which parang if ever anything's not really clear to them, about the case, about the diagnosis, about the client's, concerns with communication or swallowing, that's when I answer the questions as well. So yon, para lang, we're all on the same page before we actually start therapy. And then from there, that's when we start therapy na. Yeah, it can be, so depende rin sa evaluation findings, depende rin sa schedule and resources of the patients then. We can have therapy once a week, twice a week, thrice a week. It's usually 1 hour long though.
Mhm.
So, and then after that, no, after like ilang months of therapy, like 6 months, 8 months, or after a year, then we do a reassessment if needed, just to see if my progress, or just to see the progress of the patient, no, if we have to change anything, in terms of the techniques that we are using in therapy. If there are things that are not working, what can we parang rethink, or what can we work around, mga ganon. So yeah, constant progress checking, and yeah, that's basically the therapy process.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
how long does it take, or is it a case to case basis? I mean, does it, like you mentioned, a year,
Mhm.
months? Does it take a lifetime?
For what, Tito? Like for speech, like for
Yes.
the client to get
Yes.
discharged, ganun.
Hmm.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the person. Some people have speech therapy for most of their lives. Some people kasi, even if, like, for example, dysphagia patients, right? So patients who have difficulties with swallowing. Some and swallowing kasi, diba, it's a very important biological process, right? So there are
Correct.
lots of complications that could arise if you have troubles with swallowing, like pneumonia, difficulties with your lungs, ganon. So, pwede kasi na even if the swallowing mechanism is strong enough, they still undergo therapy for preventative measures, parang ganon. So, it really depends on the case talaga. Definitely. It's really, yeah.
Now,
But,
on your website, you mentioned about packages too.
oh, yes.
Mm.
Yes. So we do offer packages. So we have our what I like to call the loyalty package. This was more geared towards current clients of mine na medyo matagal-tagal nang nag-receive ng therapy from me, and they're pretty sure that they want to, pursue it more. So I offered it na they pay um 12 sessions worth na price na one-time payment, and then they get one session free. Ganon, so that we have that package, and then we also have a home program package. So this is more for clients na might not have the resources to come to the clinic every week. No, so this could be clients na who live in, neighboring towns, or don't really have time to, come to the clinic every week, ganon. So instead of having therapy with me, I just do like a short evaluation with them, and then give them basically like home instructions or things to follow. Parang speech therapy nila at home. Pero yung caregivers, and then similar to my therapy process, I also constantly check up with them, like kahit once a month na progress checking, ganon. So yon, that's a different different service. So yon, and then we also have an introductory package where they get to try evaluation and therapy for a shorter amount of time but a cheaper price then. So yon, I try to cater to different types of people also. Yeah. So also,
Well, one of the questions I have, two questions that are really phoned in. Do you do pro bono?
oh yeah, I do. Well, I did.
I don't know where it's coming from, but they said, does she offer pro bono, or is it something that strictly per pay?
Yeah, I have before. I have had patients before. And I actually currently pala I have one. But yeah, it's also that is also on like a case to case basis. But yeah, I do.
Okay, and then especially during the pandemic, most of the treatment are done through online. Is that
Yes.
something that you offer too? That maybe since because of the distance, or
Yes.
for some reason or another, in different countries
Yeah.
they do now medicine or treatment online. Is that
Yes.
something that your company would do as well?
Right. So for me kasi dito, in my personal practice, I really do prefer face to face talaga.
Mhm.
Just who I am like as a therapist, I just prefer face to face. But um with special cases, for example, like I could, make an exception. Like for example, if I were to have like a patient na medyo matagal na sa akin, na consistent na nagsi-speech therapy, and they would have to like leave the country for a while for one reason or another, that's when I could consider teletherapy. But then it's not really my preferred service delivery mode. So yon. But
Okay, how?
yeah.
Okay, when you see a patient though, because there's one that I really like. You mentioned it earlier, your process. So it starts with the therapy process starts with the scheduling. So you have that
Yes.
in your website. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sure. So we really have a step for scheduling because medyo mahirap mag-walk in if speech therapy, because nga po the process is very very individualized to each person, so there really has to be like a not naman rigorous, pero a comprehensive na evaluation process, right? So the first step, which is scheduling, is just when the patient will message the Sanag Therapy Center Facebook page, and then they set an appointment. Kasi um kasi tito no, my deck or my schedule, like for example, if for example you would be like my patient, right? And
Yes.
you choose a slot ng Monday ng 3 to 4, ganon. So yun na yung magiging slot mo. Yon. And then, kasi once you start speech therapy kasi, it's gonna be like, that's gonna be your slot na for the next week. Next week, Monday, 3 to 4 ka pa rin. Parang yun yung regular schedule mo. So that's why when I schedule like evaluation and treatment, you really have to pick your slot first. Because there's like a system talaga for
Okay.
the...
And then after, for example, I'm your client, so my schedule now is say every Monday from 3 to 4. And then after doing the schedule, so I see you, and then you do your evaluation. And your evaluation normally takes how many hours?
I usually do 2 1-hour sessions over the course of 2 weeks. So kunwari, so again, let's see, let's check my calendar. So for example, March 4, 3 to 4 will be your first session. And
Right.
then March 11 would be your next session. So that's 2 sessions na. And then March 18 would be the session of the case conference. So yun yung parang, that would be the schedule.
Okay, and then after the case conference, and then of course we agreed on the treatment and the plan and all that, and that's where the therapy comes in.
Yep. Yeah.
And the
So
therapy is only for an hour every week,
yep. Yes.
and it could be longer than it's a case to case basis depending on the severity of
Yes.
the client.
Yes. Yes. It's usually 1 hour though, Tito. More of yung nagva-vary doon for me is the frequency, like how often per week you would have speech therapy. Yeah.
Okay, before I continue, let's Miro. Is it Miro? Miro. Miro. I hate that. I don't want to murder your name. So Emma Consul is watching from Carson, California. Hello, Miro. It says love you, Jay. And then Ems Dance is watching from Manila. CMD maghabol, guy. Mihugot siya. Happy viewing to you. And then of course, Cha Marcos is watching as well. Katrina Poblete Salum is watching from Doha, Qatar. Ayan, ako yung mga team Doha, Qatar. Nag-watch na sila. And of course, together with Katrina is the mom of Ayana from UK and another singer of ours. So yan, maraming nanonood sa iyo. Now, you mentioned that, so the therapy, now they're asking for the payment. Is it cash only, or can they charge it to your credit card, or do you have a plan?
Yes, so they can pay po on the day of the session cash, and they can also do bank transfers and also GCash.
Is it safe, GCash now? Because we heard from some reliable source that GCash had so much problem. So aside from cash, GCash, which it's not recommended for Filipinos abroad now. Now, can for example, if I have a client and a Filipino abroad lives in the States, can they make arrangement that the payment is coming abroad?
For that kasi Tito Josh, that would, I'm not sure about that kasi, like in terms of speech pathology practice, iba yung requirements for speech SLPs in America versus SLPs here. So I don't think I would be able to treat someone who's based in the States.
No, but what if the client say is in Kalibo, but the payment is gonna come from say a relative, friends, and then they'll make arrangement. It's something that you are open, that the payment will be pre-arranged to your clinic.
Yeah, if ever that specific situation would happen, I would be open to like opening like maybe a PayPal or something.
Yes, PayPal and or wire transfer.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good. So at least we know all the possibility of getting paid. I think, okay, the question here, okay, give us a range. How much would it cost? Grabe itong mga tanong nyo, ha? Ano talaga, para kayong bumibili ng isda, ha? So how much is it costly to have a therapy? I mean, give us a range. Don't give us specific, because like what we mentioned, everybody, like what we mentioned, it's a case-to-case basis. But it depends on really how long the therapy and all that. But what's the normal range that people should expect?
Right. So in terms of like Metro Manila rate, sa pagkakaalam ko, per session in Metro Manila ranges from like 1,000 pesos to 1,500 maybe, I would say. So provincial rates then would be a little bit less than that.
Why? It's the same treatment. Nagkaiba lang ng location.
Yeah, but
Still don't get
I
it.
just
Seriously, I don't get the provincial rate and
yeah.
the metro rate. I really don't get. It's the same treatment. And maybe imagine if you're getting a therapist who's number 9 the board. Come on, you guys, you mean Metro Manila rate. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I just wanted to adjust to like the cost of living from Manila compared here in Kalibo. So that's
Ah,
why. That's why.
and to be competitive, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, and Attorney Jamela Neto, who is the immigration attorney par excellence and attorney for the celebrities here in Los Angeles. Happy viewing to you. We have a special guest here. And of course, Melrose Akalin or Akalin said, proud of you, Jay. And then Emma Consul is giving you heart and kisses and all that. So, and giving you well explained. Katrina said, well explained, very pretty and very intelligent. Of course.
Thank you.
Of
Thank you,
course, that's
everyone.
expected from that. And then this is a combination of beauty and brains. And one of these days when she gets you, not tonight, but definitely she can sing as well. I know her from that, and of course there was this portion of her life that we had a VTR of her. But of course, the mother and the father would kill me if she pursued to be an actress or a singer. And the condition was she could go for VTR at GMA at the time, but she cannot not go to school. So that kind of put aside. And of course, you have to hear her sing one of these days. I'll guest her again on the different talent. This girl can sing. Trust me, we are in the verge of getting her. But the thing is, mom and dad will definitely kill me, and I cannot go to Kalibo anymore if I pursue her to be a singer. And lo and behold, now she is the speech therapist and pathologist at that, and of course she topped the bar. She's placed number 9. Imagine what the loss of the showbiz world is the gain of the scientific world. So you never know. It's always in the back burner, and one of these days we will make sure that when she guests again, we will hear her sing because she can really, really sing. They call her the Kalibo Songbird. I
Oh,
follow them on Facebook, so I know all this was. And then Katrina had mentioned it takes tons of dedication to do this. Kudos to you, Jay, for making a difference. Then this is coming from
oh,
Katrina Pobleta Salom from Doha, Qatar. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Oh,
yeah. Thank you so
then
much po.
your tita. Tita is saying, Maria Leonora Lau ang Bontics. Lino is blessed to have you, Jay. That is so true.
Thank you,
Yeah, because
everyone.
that is so true. Because let's face it, sometimes, especially, reality is people, especially people who are scholar ng bayan, once they get their degree, like in your case, you graduated top, number 9, a top notcher at that. A tendency is to go abroad, but you. That's why kudos to you, and I'm so proud that you decided to take it back to the home province at the same
Yeah,
time give back to the community, and
yeah,
you really did look at the other pasture where you could practice and of course make more money, but you decided to take it back, and that's so much. It shows so much of character. It shows so much of the way you were raised, because you are bringing it back to the community. And of course, I agree with you. Kalibo is blessed to have you, because I mean, come on. A lot of times with your caliber, with what you have accomplished so far on the academic side, the tendency it's either you practice in Manila and makes tons of money with whatever rate that is. But here you are, you decided to go back to the province of birth and then do the practice there. And I think,
yeah.
do you have a lot of companies like speech therapy in Kalibo?
In Kalibo, Tito, no. I believe that Sanag is the first speech therapy clinic in Kalibo. Yeah, and thank you, by the way, for that sentiment about me, wanting to take the practice back to Kalibo. But honestly, serving the people of Kalibo is really a different, like, I feel really good also na sila yung nakaka-avail ng services ko, because every single patient that I've met din naman so far, here in Kalibo is always so supportive, so cooperative, so understanding, so patient. So I'm really glad also. Like no regrets din naman na I decided to put up practice here.
Yeah,
Because a lot of
that's why it is amazing because being nine in the licensure exam, that means so much. And a lot of times, like what I said earlier, people try to bail out right away and
right.
go either to Canada, US, and get employment there and establish there. But here you are. And imagine having someone in your caliber, in your capacity, and being in Kalibo. That speaks so much. I'm in awe. I mean, I'm speechless because when I found out that you opened that, I said, oh, that's why I said I need to get her guest on this. So people, it will set an example that you don't really have to go different places. And of course, I am not discounting the fact because I did the same thing too. But at the end of the day, hopefully people, Filipinos abroad, once you kind of make it and you have already established yourself somewhere, go back
Yeah.
and be of service to the community and be. You have done so much, and I was telling people that Jay, that Filipinos who went abroad did well or did okay, then it's time when the time comes, go back to the country of
Yeah.
birth and then be of service to the community, regardless
Right.
regardless of the drama, what is happening in the government. Let that piece be part of that government thing, and that not to be an issue. In your case, though, that is so admirable. It's just amazing that you have the right heart, and I think you would be such a blessing to the future husband, whoever that person would be, because you have the right heart.
Ako, dito ha.
Yeah, I'm just saying, stating a fact. I mean, Jack, don't kill me. I'm just saying a fact that this young lady is such a prized possession, and you're such a jewel. And then you're really the commendation, the awards that the local government is giving you and bestowing upon you, well deserved. 2 thumbs up, way up, because what you're doing, the mere fact that you didn't stay in Manila to practice, and you take it back where. Then imagine the people of Kalibo or Clan and the neighboring places. They don't have to go to Manila anymore. They don't have to travel because it's expensive. Transportation, they have to do their housing and all that. They could have it there locally, and
Yes.
it takes a little trip, but still it's something there, and it's homegrown on top of
Yeah.
that. And it's not as expensive. It's just like going to a massage in Manila, and you're getting that. Okay,
Right.
let's talk about frustration. What frustrates Jay? Or is there a zero frustration? Now that you are a business owner, because I know a lot of our young, like our new entrepreneurs or people venturing in the business, there's so many challenges
Right.
and tests and trials and tribulation. Like in your case, what are things that you could share that frustrates you?
In terms of the business dito, honestly, yun nga parang, I feel like I don't, cheesy man, but I feel like I don't really have anything to complain about because nga, like, my parents have been with me through every step of the way. Siguro lang, the fights with mama I was telling you about kanina, there weren't really fights, pero more of like, hindi kasi kami same page because like she is a businesswoman, right? So she forgets that she has to simplify things when she explains them to me, like in terms of like auditing and accounting and stuff. Siguro that's where I get lost a little bit because I haven't ever done that before. Yung parang taking account of everything, ganyan. So she would teach me, oh, this is where you put your expenses. This is where you put your income, blah, 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 blah. So yun. But in terms of like frustrations, no naman. I'm actually very, very thankful. I guess everything is just new to me, like the whole accounting thing, auditing thing, even the marketing thing. But I'm very thankful na, word also spreads here in Kalibo. Like I've gotten referrals, not just from my Facebook page, but also from, for example, like my my childhood pediatrician referred the patient to me. So that's really, great for me. So honestly, I don't really have any complaints or anything.
No, couple of things. But I don't think it's a, you call it argument. It's more of an intelligent discussions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, an intelligent discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, because and firstly, you cannot discount the fact that your mom is really a good businesswoman.
Of course.
Yeah, but remember
Of
I
course.
think she's still running Mayaning, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
She is.
imagining Mayaning throughout these years. Do you know, I got to know Mayaning back in 1991, and it's still the big Mayaning. And of course,
Yeah.
I think your dad handles Soleil?
Solane, yeah.
Soleil? Imagine these are, you cannot get the best business courses other than your parents.
Yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, you really need to be, if you're a business owner, one thing you really, because I am a business owner on one side
Right.
too, financial management is crucial.
Yes.
You have to know your books. You really have to know your books. Because if you are not good with your books, there could be some problems in the future.
Yes.
Yeah. Like in our
Right.
case, it's the audit. In your case,
Yes.
maybe the BIR will be on your tail, will breathing in
Yeah.
your neck. And you know how it is. So at this early stage, listen to mom. Mom normally, they always knows best.
Yes.
They do.
I agree.
So every time you have an argument, say, we're not arguing, right? This is an intelligent conversation.
Yeah. Exactly, Tito. That's what it is.
Yeah, growing up though, who are your inspirations?
Like in life or in
Yeah, in life. Yeah, in life.
my inspirations in life. Wow, that's a very big question. Um, I wouldn't say that there's just one person that I draw inspiration from. I really well, I get inspiration from my friends a lot.
Uh-huh.
Because my friends are also doing like making waves in their own industries din naman. So I again, oh my gosh, cheesy as it may sound, pero I get a lot of it, my inspiration from my friends and my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing other people succeed in what they do, not give up, and yeah. And honestly, a lot of motivation I get from my family as well because we're such a big family, right? I always have like this want to make them proud then. Not just my immediate family, but also like my titos, my cousins, my grandparents. So
And I am one to tell you that you made them so proud because you
thank
really
you
put
so much.
the Lao Mayor's name in the map, being top 9 on this first
Right.
ever licensure. I mean, you are already part of a history. You made history with doing that. I mean, passing is one thing, but imagine you could be already a grandmom, and your granddaughters and the grandchildren, they would look up your name and say, "Oh, top 9, wow, top 91.5%, wow." It's always there. It's gonna be a badge. It's like a medal
Yeah.
that you cannot erase. It's gonna be till kingdom come that you're gonna have.
Yeah.
So we know already your frustration, a little bit of that, and of course your inspiration. So what makes you happy, Jay?
That's also a good question, Tito, actually. Oh my gosh, I really trying not to make my answers like so cheesy, but I get happiness from helping people also. I feel like uh that's why I'm in this profession because it is really heavy on helping other people, you know, uh try to be like better versions of themselves. So that really makes me happy. But in terms of like other things, music makes me happy too. In my free time, I just have not had as much free time recently because all of my free time has been going to like maintaining the clinic and stuff. But I really enjoy music, like listening to it, trying to make it, emphasis on trying, like practicing like instruments like guitar and stuff, singing. I sing a lot, especially with my family. As you know,
Yes.
yeah, but like because my family really, like, as a unit, really loves music and the karaoke also. Typical Filipino family, right? Yeah. So that, and also hanging out with my friends, my cousins, especially those who are here in Kalibo, and also those who live like in Manila, for example. Recently, I was just at my cousin's wedding in
Yes.
Bacolod. It was really fun. So those are really the things that I look forward to. Spending time talaga with, with my loved ones, and traveling if I have the time.
Yeah. Well, what are the places you want to visit? Now that you're done with school, now you're a business owner. Are you
Right.
planning to business? Are you planning to visit or travel? This is the time. So at least no surprises to your parents. Are you planning to
Yeah.
travel on your own, not with them?
Yeah, actually, dito sakto din na
You know, I'm gonna get in trouble after this show. You know that.
exactly. You're gonna get me in trouble too. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. My parents are fine with it. I'm grown. I'm 24, so I can go on
Oh
trips
my
with
God! I thought you're only 18.
Tito, of course not. Ano ka ba?
Oh my God, 24. We're getting there. Okay. So, are you planning to travel by yourself or with some group, or is this something that's already being planned?
Yeah, so far I don't have any like solid travel plans yet, but something that I wanted to do this year was to go on a solo trip on my birthday. So I am hoping that that will push through kahit Southeast Asia lang. I just want to go on a trip by myself.
Wow, that will be
Yeah.
a first, right?
First, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
you just
traveled
need to.
outside, but with friends. Yeah.
Yeah, but just need to be careful with what,
Yeah.
because there's some Southeast Asian country that's really safe, like
Yeah.
Japan is one, but some are kind of crazy. And
Yeah.
being a lovely lady, young lady like you are, you just have to be. But I agree that you have to see the world through your
Yes, of
eyes as
course.
well, because it's
Yes.
different traveling with your family. But if you have good friends that you could travel with, that's a
Mm-hmm.
different story. And
Yeah.
yeah, I always advise young people, if you could afford and you have the time, travel while you're young,
Yeah.
because it gives you a
Of course.
different perspective in
Perspective
life.
on life. Yeah.
Yeah, and then different, you meet a little, you learn more. I mean, of course, we all learn from our books, from reading, but experiencing different culture, knowing different people. You just have to be careful, but it's so much fun. Traveling is
Yeah.
so much fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
And then
am looking
Ian,
forward.
Ian Tabernia Reyes says, Kaka-proud Ma'am Bing Lao Mayor. Wow. And then Sunny Francis is watching from Quezon City. Nako, yung may mga yung mga referral. This is the time that I'm so happy that you're there in Kalibo and you're doing this business. Okay, so aside from traveling that you want to do, and that's your immediate plan, what are your goals in the future? Now that you graduated, you're done with that, is that something you're going to go further with your study, or is that something that maybe you're gonna go to a different course? So
Right.
what's your, I would say, your plan in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. Actually, Tito, yeah, I've already thought about doing further studies in my field because there
Mhm.
are like sub areas of the field that I am interested in. Like, for example, dysphagia, like swallowing disorders, also language disorders, especially for older adults, like yung mga certification courses as well. No, so
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. But also, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, if once na mas stable na ako, in my career here, I also want to explore like music and stuff like that because it's really always been a passion of mine. It's just na I've always like put it on the back burner to prioritize like my career in SLP talaga. But I'm hoping that I
Yeah.
can.
And always the invitation is still open. You know that.
Yeah, thank
When
you.
you're ready, because now I think your dad and your mom will not kill me anymore. Because I said, well, she's done. She has a business and she's done. She could wait at night on the licensure, and she could pursue that now. So I think
Sure,
they're gonna be more accepting now, and
sure.
people just not gonna be in trouble anymore.
I don't
Because I
think
remember your mom saying, yeah, that would be nice for her to have a VTR for practice, but she needs to finish her studies.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yep.
You know how it is though when you're beaten by the showbiz industry. It's a different. Everything put aside, but I'm one to tell you and other people who heard you on your VTR that you do have the voice. You have the gift. Aside from the many gifts, you are given a special gift of voice, and one of these days I will guest you on that note. I mean, we're not going to
Okay.
talk about you being a speech therapist or pathologist. We're going to be seeing the singing voice of yours because I think I need to hear that. So when I go visit you, I need to hear you sing with, of course, with Iggy and with Tammy,
Yes.
and of course with Franco now instead of Chino.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Franco
it's a whole
Daniel.
band, right? It's a whole
Yeah.
band. And then
Yeah.
with Tammy, and I think Frankie does the same thing. It's a whole clan of the Laos, which is just amazing. The whole cousins, you guys are already a band in its own, and it's really, I call it the Van Trapp of Kalibos. Like
The band traps of Kalibo.
yeah, the
Yeah.
bankrupts of Kalibo.
Perfect.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, di ba? I mean, everybody has, especially the cousins from Marikit, from Kitty,
Yeah,
and
the
from
Laos.
Jojo. All of them, they sing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's unbelievable. That's why every time I stay there, it's like I'm attending a concert.
Yeah, we love it. Like we love to sing. We love
Yeah,
to.
among your siblings though, who are you most closest with or
Oh, Tito, I
closest to?
cannot answer.
Who's your favorite?
Hindi pwede. I cannot. I mean, I love all of them, honestly.
Oh,
And
others. Others.
kasi, hindi pwede dito, I cannot.
Okay, so
No,
sige, follow up ko. Huh?
honestly though, kasi, di ba I have four siblings, right? Iba rin
Yes.
kasi yung dynamic namin each eh. So I can't really say if I have a favorite or not. Some, like one of my siblings, I guess, like I would be more comfortable doing one thing with. And then the other one I would be more comfortable doing something else with. Parang ganun.
Okay,
And
let's name names. So Ate first.
Manaya.
Yeah,
Yes.
Aya.
Yes. What about her, Tito? Like,
What makes her special to you?
Okay. Um, recent really good memories that I've had with my sister is kasi I stayed at her place because she lives in Manila, right? So
Yes.
tapos during board exam review kasi I had to fly back and forth from Kalibo to Manila to take like mock boards or like attend review classes, ganon. And one thing that I really, really appreciate about my sister is every single time that I'm there, I stay with her kasi and she really like goes out of her way. I know how busy she is, but she really goes out of her way to make sure I'm comfortable. Especially like, and I remember talaga nung board exam, like the days of the board exam talaga mismo. The night before, we went grocery shopping and then we got like all the ingredients to make like baon for me, like sandwich, like bread,
Oh,
cheese, ganon. And then she made the sandwiches on her own, cut them, folded them, wrapped them in paper towels, and then gave it to me na baon.
oh my
And
God. That's so sweet.
yeah, tapos during the exam, Tito, parang, kasi diba, syempre during the exam, sobrang
Yeah.
stress mo. And then, I got the sandwich and I was like, oh my gosh, parang naiyak ako during the exam. Kasi, siguro kasi I was like so stressed, ganon. And then seeing like the sandwich that my sister packed for me, I was like, I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. Parang ganon. It was like something that like brought me back to focus. Parang ganon. So yeah, I really, really appreciate that about my sister. She's really a manang. Like
Oh,
the best.
okay, what about your manong?
My manong naman, Manong Nimoy, he was my roommate throughout almost all of college and also like some parts of high school. So I'm like closer to him in a sense that we've lived together more. And like I guess in terms of like sense of humor and stuff like that, my brother and I like get along in that sense. So yeah, and my manong is also someone I trust in terms of like, um my own like personal problems. Of course, my sister too. But yeah. But yeah, exactly dito. That's why I was saying na parang iba talaga yung dynamics namin. But obviously, like, I love them all the same.
Okay, about Kinoy. Kinoy is my child.
Yeah.
No, it's funny to see Kinoy to be taller than your dad, I think.
Yeah, he is. I think
Yeah, so like what happened?
Yeah,
After the pandemic, he grew.
Yeah, he had like an insane growth spurt, I think, like over the pandemic. Bigla
Yeah,
lang tumagal ng
Kino, if you're watching this, I know Ninong Josh owes you a lot.
Actually,
I'll start paying.
yeah, actually, Tito, he just messaged me a few minutes ago that he is on the way home. Kasi he's in Iloilo right now. So
Yeah.
he commutes. Yeah, so pauwi pa lang siya.
So what makes Kinoy special?
With Kinoy naman, oh, that's my little brother. He is like, he's in one of those weird phase, not naman weird, but like one of those, kasi, how old is he? Like 18? Yeah, I think he's like 18. So like, teenager stuff. So parang, I guess not all teenagers are like super close with their siblings or whatever. Pero diba, when you're in your teen age,
Yeah, that's the odd years, yeah.
Yeah, parang the odd years. But I'm glad naman kasi Kinoy has his own way of showing me that he loves me. Ganon. So he comes into my room at random times and gives me something that he thinks that I might find useful. And then, he makes time din naman to talk to me and share stuff with me about school, about his life. So I'm glad na kahit na he's in that, like weird teen phase, he still makes time to talk to his manang. Because I make sure, actually, I say, talk to me about, school and stuff. I refuse to, ayoko kasi na mag-drift apart kami.
Yeah.
I love him. Yeah.
Well,
Excited to see him.
Now to the beauty queen sister of yours. I always, when she was younger, I kept telling you, you're gonna be a beauty queen. Iya.
Yeah, Iya. She is, ang laki na niya, Tito Josh. She's like, how old is she? Like 13? 14? So
Yeah,
she's
pretty as
also,
ever. You guys are all pretty.
Yeah.
I saw the beauty queen material on Iya.
Yeah, beauty queen talaga. Yeah, so Iya naman, she is like the sibling I feel like in Kalibo, ever since I came home, during the pandemic, since the pandemic basically, she and I have basically been like inseparable because like we used to share a room talaga, like, yeah, and like we would be together the whole day, parang ganon. So definitely we really got close in recent years. And she's funny actually, Tito. So I'm excited for you to see her next month because I feel like parang magugulat ka na lang din na sobrang laki na ng tinangkad niya and everything. But yeah.
I know because I follow you guys on Facebook. Every family allows us. I mean, you guys are like so like you're catching up with me.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, they're really, really not babies anymore. And then of course, you graduated already, and then Mana, and then even Manong. Manong has a girlfriend now too. I'm like, where is that coming from, right?
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, his girlfriend Nicole was the one who designed Sanag's logo because she is an illustrator by
See?
profession. Yeah. So thanks,
Wow.
Nicole. She
Is
knows how
Nicole
much I appreciate.
based here or based in Kalibo or based in Manila?
She's based in Kalibo na. Right?
Wow. Wow. Well, I got to meet all of them for sure.
Yes,
Now,
for sure.
Now you won't say to me earlier who's your favorite, but I think I kind of know the G's. But kudos to your parents for raising you guys and Filipinos abroad and viewers and listeners. If there's any family that I am so in awe, aside from the Laos, of course, Bing's family or Jack's family, because I think you guys were raised well. You guys are well educated. You guys have the right heart, God fearing, and all that. I haven't yet to hear any problems with you guys growing up. It's just like, who are you most close to, mom or dad?
Tito, cannot answer that also.
I'm not gonna give you the like if the ship is sinking and you have only one. I'm not gonna give you that scenario. But are you more of a daddy's girl or a mama's girl?
I really don't know. I wouldn't really. Sorry, I'm like super playing it safe with my answers. Pero no, totoo naman talaga. Like again, like similar to my siblings, my dad and I, and also my mom and I have different dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so with my mom, like we're very very ano ba tawag doon? Very outward or like
Yeah.
very with our affection, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like yeah, like saying I love you all the time ganyan with my mom. But then my dad naman is also someone that I can really go to if I like at the crossroads, like because recently I felt like I was at the crossroads like in my life where I didn't really know how to move forward and I just really needed guidance, and my dad naman is the person that I feel like I can talk to in terms of stuff like that. So iba. And also my mom naman. Iba talaga. So I wouldn't
Well,
say
who is the good cop and who's the bad cop?
who's the good cop and who's the neither. They are both bad cops. Just kidding.
That is so good to hear.
I meant na, they both like call me out if I'm not really like, or if I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to, ganon. There's not really any like taking sides. That's
Yeah.
not really something that happens in our family. No one really takes sides.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
who's the disciplinarian between mom or dad?
Honestly, both of them are.
Really?
Both of them are, yeah.
Well, who among between the two of them you get away with?
My dad. I think, yeah.
So did you get more favors now that you are top 9?
From them?
Yeah.
Honestly, Tito, parang I wouldn't consider them as favors because again, especially my mom, she's always been the kind of person na it's just in her nature to do stuff for other people. Like I'm sure that you've like experienced this firsthand with her na talagang
Of course.
she goes out of her way to get you, like umabot nga sa point na there was this time kasi Tito na I think like in high school na favorite ko yung Cheetos na cheddar jalapeno na
Yes.
Cheetos, and I told my mom that, and then without fail she would get me like so much Cheetos like every single week para may baon ako until na nasawa ako. So yun, so that's the type of parent my mom is naman, and she said that she got that from Lolo Marianing nga.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Well, I was lucky to meet the
yeah.
Yaning and of course the grandmother. I was
Oh,
lucky, yeah. Because I in 91 everybody's still single. And the only
right.
one that's not single is of course Lalaine is in the States, but it's Ning. Ning was not single anymore. And Pepet was already born at the
Yeah.
time. So the rest was history.
Yeah.
And your mom, one of the thing that public I would announce, your mom was the one who gave me a Santo Niño because I did a sadsad. Sadsad for the
Yes.
Filipinos abroad.
Yes.
This is part of the tradition, which is the ati-atihan, which I should have gone this year, but I'll definitely go next year.
Yes.
So the atira, you do a sadsad. Sadsad is like a tradition. It's like a dance. It's you do the sadsad that you go. It's a street parade, street
Yes.
display, and then you carry a
Yes.
Santo Niño. I don't have a Santo Niño, and then your mom gave me this beautiful Santo Niño. And it's a thing. If you're listening, maraming salamat. To this day, I have it here in my home, and I'm a devotee of the Nino even before your mom gave it. So that's something that I will never, never, ever forget. Aside from the many things that the Lao and the Mayors had done for me, and it's just amazing. Now, my question to you: when was the last time you lied?
When was the last time I lied?
Yes. I hope it's not just now.
Oh my my gosh, I try not to lie that much because if I do, whenever I do, I feel so guilty. Like yung tipong sobrang nagigilty ako. But when was the last time I lied? I honestly don't remember, Tito.
Wow, such an
Yeah,
ideal daughter, ideal person.
I'll tell you later. Just
Sige.
kidding. Just kidding, just kidding. To
Okay, and we
everyone.
won't tell mom or dad. I for sure after this interview, your mom said, "What's the lie you just told?" Now, what makes you cry? Ano nagpapaiyak sa'yo?
um, uh, well, wow, grabe. Ang dami nating pinag-uusapan today, Tito.
Of course.
Yeah, what makes me cry? When I hurt my loved ones, I guess, or when we get into arguments, that makes me cry. Also, when I feel like, actually, honestly, I've only recently gotten over like yung my insecurities in terms of like being a speech therapist.
Really?
Yeah, that's been a
Wow.
struggle for me for a while. Kasi with speech therapy, you really cannot guarantee a specific like amount of progress or a specific like milestone that your patient will be able to, complete or reach.
Mm-hmm.
It really, kaya nga po, diba, it depends on the patient,
Mm-hmm.
right? How much they respond to therapy, ganon. So there's so many factors that come into play. So if, for example, I have patients who are not progressing as fast as I would want them to, or who yung mga ganon, no, that really makes me feel like frustrated and even incompetent sometimes. Those are the things that make me cry also sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah. Also
Wow.
movies and music.
Do you get really attached to your clients, to your patients? Because
Um,
I think that's something that I've interviewed some people in the medical profession and they said
right.
try to be callous about that because if you get so involved with them, but as a physical as a therapist, as a pathologist and speech, do you really get involved? Because I know in the medical profession they don't. They're like
Right.
they
Yeah.
don't. It's just like you're just not naman naman number, but they just don't get involved too much.
Right.
But in your case, it's a different thing, especially for a child. If your
Yeah.
the patient is a child, so what's the dynamics like?
Yeah, exactly, Tito. Yeah. I'd like to say naman na I keep, a personal, professional boundary, right? I try not to get attached to my patients, but you're right, no, it's really hard, especially when I deal with kids, and a big part of my job is making sure that they trust me, like the kids
Mhm.
mismo, that they trust me as a therapist, as someone who, obviously has like one-on-one sessions with them, plays alongside them, teaches them, ganon. So, yeah, I don't think that I get attached per se, but definitely like I see my patients as more than just patients. Like I consider them my friends
Yeah.
too. So parang ganon, pero yeah, I make sure to keep, of course, like a boundary din.
I think that's a difference
Yeah.
between a medical doctor and like in your case being a therapist and all that because
Yeah.
firstly you get to know your client really well. At least you would know and you could be able to diagnose them better where this is coming from because sometimes it might be some problems there. That's why they're having the problem. I do understand. Now let's say hello to HAC Lucerio, giving you so many hearts. Happy viewing to you. I don't know what EHC is, but Lucerio is the name. And happy viewing. And then Josh Liano Rafana is watching from Los Angeles. This is really a conversation and to a very wonderful, well accomplished, and on her way to bigger and better things. Oh my God, at 24, number 9 on the licensure exam, and now an entrepreneur. Oh my God, that so much things happening to you at one time at this
Yeah.
early age, and of course well guided by your parents. Now if you can go back in time, I know you're 24, but if you could go back in time and say you meet your 18-year-old self, what advice would you have said to her?
Ooh, this is a good question. And I think it's actually something that I think about a lot. Siguro, I'm pretty sure about this answer too. I feel like what I would just tell to my 18-year-old self is just to believe in her more. Kasi I feel like now finally I've reached a point na I'm already like, pretty like I know my capabilities and I know what I can do. I know that I'm a competent clinician, etc., etc. But it really took a while for me to get here. There were so many years of doubt na parang I wasn't, delivering enough as a clinician, or I wasn't studying hard enough, or I just I'm not really fit to be in this profession. And a lot of the struggles that I went through, I know are struggles that other people also, went through. Like obviously we're all going to have times where we don't feel, or parang obviously there's gonna be a learning curve with every new thing that you do in life. There's gonna be a learning curve. I just wish, sorry, I just wish that I gave myself like more grace when I, tripped and fell on the way to where I am now. Parang ganun. Yeah.
But I think you were too hard on yourself.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm happy na now, parang I'm trying to like move past that and be more confident and focus, I mean, again, this is like something that we hear all the time, but it's something that I really actively try to do more, focus on the positives talaga. I'm so happy. Wow, I can't believe na I have my own clinic. I can't believe that I have the privilege to serve my fellow Kalibonhons, my fellow Aklanons. Yeah.
And
Change a mindset
don't
shift.
always remember that, because every
Yeah.
time there's some doubt, think about it. Like, you're 24, you have a business, you're number 9 in the board exam, you're an scholar ng bayan. That in itself
Yeah.
is already something to celebrate, and right when you wake up in the morning, be positive. They said
Yeah.
positive vibes, positive life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Now, what do you say to yourself when you look at yourself early in the morning? When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you tell yourself?
I tell myself, hey, you're doing a good job. Just keep on pushing, keep on being you, and things are gonna be really great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so manifest. That's the new thing,
Yeah.
right?
That's a new thing. Yeah.
Yeah, manifest. Because they said that if you say those manifestation as early as when you wake up,
Tama.
the
Yeah.
universe, for some reason, of course it's from the supreme being and all that, that it becomes like a reality because
Yeah.
you already put it in your head.
Yes.
So now there's a question here, a phone question. Do you have so many clients now?
Yes, I would say po na I have a lot of clients, pero hindi pa naman punong-puno.
So you,
Yung
so you could still take clients.
yes, I can still. Definitely.
Wow. Now, as far as clients is concerned, which one do you like to work better with an adult or two kids? Which one do you think is
Ah,
best, or is it the same, or you have more preferential? If it's a kid, it's a little harder. If it's
yeah.
an adult, yeah.
Yeah, actually my mom asked me this question a few days ago, and I told her that sometimes after a day of kids, or like, in the middle of a day of kids, I need an adult patient for me to just sit down and talk to someone like normally, as I'm talking to you. But then
Yeah.
also after a day, or like, with a day of napuro adults, I would also want the relief to, like, just play with a kid, and like my focus would be for them to, engage with me, interact with me. So iba rin talaga yung again, dynamic. Grabe, Tito Sara, I'm not giving you any straight answers in this
No, no,
interview.
you are.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, this is very interesting.
yeah. So yeah, Tito, actually, ganon talaga. I used to think that I did not, I used to think that I didn't really belong in this profession because I don't have, or parang feeling ko, I don't have enough energy to deal with kids like on a daily basis, ganon. But then after a few years of practice, I realized na, again, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself and
Yeah.
also unfair expectations on the child,
Yeah.
right? Na parang na gusto ko after a few sessions parang they already warm up to me ganyan, or they're already able to exhibit this type of skill, which was, quite frustrating. I feel like on both ends na for me and also for the child. So recently I've tried to, like, take it back a notch and just enjoy my time with the child. Of course, while, making sure to target the goals that I set with them. But for lots of kids that I have been dealing with, especially those na parang may, other behaviors that I have to target first, there are some kids na when I tried the second approach na parang less pressure on me, less pressure on them, more focus on like our interaction, more focus on connection than compliance. That's actually a nice I saw this post online on Facebook a couple weeks ago of, I forgot na who posted it, but it was also like a speech therapy page that posted na yung nakalagay lang dun is connection over compliance. And I feel like that's really something that a lot of, speech therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, pediatric therapists in general really need to be reminded of na, you have to, you shouldn't always just focus on having the client follow what you want them to do, because nga, right, we really like build on the fact, and we even advocate for how our clients are unique, right? Like they have
Yeah.
different needs, they have different talents, ganon. So we also have to carry that over into therapy na parang, because our clients have different needs, right? They might not, learn, or they might not learn as optimally in a tabletop setting. Maybe they would learn more if they were like, if we were having therapy on the playmats or while doing a movement activity, parang ganon. So yun din, that's also something that I've realized and embraced recently, and I have really been enjoying work a lot more since realizing that.
So you're so busy. That you told me you're so
Yeah.
busy with your clients and all that, and you had mentioned that music is in a way an outlet for you. Aside from music, what makes you relax?
Yeah, great question. I also really enjoy going to the gym. Yeah,
Oh,
so yeah, going to the gym here in Kalibo. Actually, I go to this gym called Kalibox. Shout out to
shout out!
Kalibox.
Oh
It's
my
a
God, they need to sponsor you now.
yeah, yeah. So Kalibox is a CrossFit box or a
Mhm.
CrossFit gym here in Kalibo, and it's actually owned by one of our family friends. Then si Manong JR Kim po. So yeah, I really enjoy going to that gym specifically because it really emphasizes on community talaga, because like you do all of the workouts together with other people in one class, and then for example if you're trying to like hit a new personal record or do really well in one of the exercises, you can always rely on the other people who are attending the same class as you in the gym to like really cheer you on and stuff like that. Yeah, so I really enjoy that, and also running is very therapeutic for me. It makes me de-stress.
Yeah,
Yeah, and also, alam mo naman to, Tito, going to the beach, like,
yeah, of course.
really,
Yes, there's
yeah,
Hawili is a
yeah,
resort that the family owns, and it's beautiful. Every time I look at the picture, you guys keep adding on. Manong Dodo is
yeah,
always
Tito
adding
Dodoy talaga,
more
yeah.
and more stuff, and it's like Boracay away from Boracay. The way
Yeah,
he described it. It's just
yeah.
simply beautiful. Oh, happy viewing to Christian and then Esteban watching from, I think, Los Angeles or Long Beach, California. Happy viewing, Christian. Okay, I would say two questions.
Okay.
My thing is you mentioned about that. So now that you're 24, you're a business owner, you did well on the on the licensure exam. Are you ready? Are you ready to fall in love? I know mom and dad will kill me when they see me next month. I have a feeling they will deprive me of food.
Of course, first of all, of course they won't. Second of all, alam ko na ito yung itatanong mo kasi you were smiling when you were like phrasing the question eh. But anyway, I will indulge you. Yeah, Tito. I am open to anything and everything in life. You know that.
Yes. Well, because I'm getting questions. Ayaw nilalagay sa chat box. Because we mentioned earlier. And so, are you looking for Filipino? Are you looking for no race requirement?
No race requirement. No race.
Okay, so now we're on the cheesy questions before we end. So, ideal partner in life.
Oh, okay.
Attributes, characteristic, has to be tall, has to be moreno, has to be chinito, has to be, you know.
Well, first of all, I'd really want someone who will ground me. I feel like I mean like keep me grounded because a lot of the time I feel very overwhelmed with everything. Yeah, like you said, like so many things are happening in my life recently. And I'm very, very grateful for those things. But I feel like it would be nice if, my future partner would be someone na parang would remind me, of what I can do, or like just be like a haven for me, I guess. Parang ganun. And someone who's funny, definitely. Yeah. So,
Okay,
yun.
does he need to be as tall as your dad?
No. No.
Okay, do you want them short or just?
No. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is wala akong preference in terms of like physically. I don't really.
Really? You want younger than you, same age or older?
Not younger than me. Definitely not younger than me. Same age or older.
Okay, but at a certain age, not naman 50, that's too old.
Yeah.
So when is your ideal age to get married or to get settled?
Oh, honestly, Tito, I haven't really thought of that. I have not thought of that. When I was a kid, I thought that I would be married by 27 because that's when my mom got married.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not putting like a date on it, not putting like a cap on it because whatever happens, happens.
Okay. Last two questions. Are there suitors around the area?
No. I don't
How
think
about,
so. I
did
mean,
you leave anybody in Manila? May alam ako.
Huh? Huh?
You tell me.
Oh my gosh. You tell me later, Tito, after.
Okay, last questions I have for you. Share something, well, two things to us, to our audience, to our viewers and listeners that they don't know anything about you. Something that you could share publicly.
I think what I would want the public to know is that I really, really enjoy like, making music. And recently I've been trying to come to terms with the fact that you can love something and not necessarily be good at it. Because recently I've been trying to like, compose things and write things. And it's been a frustrating process then for me. So I guess whoever needs this reminder na just because you're not necessarily like quote unquote good at something doesn't mean that you have to stop doing it. Just do what makes you happy, basically. That's what I wanted to say. What else I don't know about me? I'm a pretty open book actually. Sige, tita, tanong ka pa. Just kidding.
Okay. So you're really into quotes. What is the quote of your life the way it is now?
Oh, wow.
Like mantra.
Well, right now, I don't know right now, pero through college, my mantra talaga was the only way out is through. That's really what pushed me through every like struggle I had throughout college na. Hindi to matatapos hanggat hindi mo talagang parang you don't go through it. You can't go around it. You just have to go through it. That's something that I lived by for a while. Recently, I feel like I've been saying to myself a lot, it is what it is. So this is like...
And that's cute. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's something that I feel like it's kind of like more linked to like Gen Z, culture. People tend to say
Yeah.
this a lot, pero it's more about me letting go of the expectations that I have with my life, with what I think is gonna happen in my life, and also with other people. Na,
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. Parang ganon. Just have to like accept
Yeah,
it.
it's almost the same as mine is let go, let God.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, let
Yeah.
go, let God.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
could only be in charge of so many things, and
Exactly.
there's so
Yes.
many uncontrollables. So I don't overthink. I just take it the way it is, and I just let go, let God. And of course, I do what is necessary,
Do what you can.
but you
And
can, and then that's why I don't get frustrated. I mean,
yeah.
I let other people get frustrated, but life is too
Yeah.
short to be stressing about overthinking and all that. I
Right.
because it gets solved
Right.
anyway. I just throw it back to the supreme being, and
Yeah.
that I believe. Okay, last I have millennials and Gen Zs. You guys are big in hashtag. Do you have a hashtag for your life right now, and what it
Um
is?
I don't have a hashtag for my life right now, Tito. But again, let's try to think of one. Um hashtag 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 it is what it is, and also hashtag let's go. I think hashtag let's go is like a good short and sweet, you know, short and sweet like theme
Mhm.
for, yeah, because I feel like for this year, one of my New Year's resolution for this year was to like just have more fun. So that's really something that I want to tawag dyan, live out
Yeah,
in
but
my
I
life.
think that's good though because you
Yeah.
you did so well. You did so well on
Yeah.
all the things that you need to accomplish. You finished your education. You did very well, and then now you're at your age 24. My gosh, that's so much to be celebrating for, and there's so much reason
Yeah.
to rejoice.
Thanks for the reminder, Tito. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
have
don't need
fun,
to
have
be.
fun because it's really more fun in the Philippines.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I need to be reminded of that more.
See, imagine that we're almost 2 hours. It just went so
Really?
fast. Yeah, we started at nine, so
Ah.
it's already almost 2 hours. But I cannot thank you enough for blessing us with your
Of
presence and
course.
sharing, knowing all the things happening with your new business, which is Sanag Speech Therapy Center in
Yeah.
Kalibo. And then, of course, congratulations on the accomplishment you have done. Kudos to your parents for raising such a beautiful, well-rounded, jolly individual, and of course, accomplished at such a young age. As they said, it takes a village to raise a
Takes a
child
village
like
to raise
yours,
a
and
child.
it's true because you cannot do it alone, but your whole clan, the Lao and the Mayor, your aunts, your uncle, they did a good job. Not only to you, and this I could vouch, every single cousins of yours that I know personally, you guys are just amazing. I meant all, just like when I know your presence, not only with you, but everyone else. I just look at you from a distance and it's just like amazing. A group of people that has no drama in their lives. It's just fun. And of course, let me put this: life can be challenging, but for some reason, you guys are so cohesive. You guys are really what a family is about. You guys really know how, and of course, it's kudos to your mom and to your dad, at least for your family, and of
Right.
course your mom and the family being God fearing, and you guys really know what to give back to the community. I've seen it time and time again. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. But my wish to you is again, continue your success. And of course I cannot wait and on your thing that you think you're frustrated, you cannot compose, start with poetry.
Okay.
Yeah, start with
I
poetry
will.
and all that, and then who knows? I'm more than willing to produce your own record because it's easy to produce now. And maybe that's something we talk about. You and I will talk about when I come visit.
Yeah, sure, sure,
Yeah,
Tita.
but you know,
Really
it
looking forward.
kind of give you something on the side and something to think about, and
Yeah,
maybe
sure,
introduce you to some composer friends of ours in
sure.
the Philippines, and we could start from there. So kind of give you a different take on life aside from what you do professionally. You since you enjoy music and you said that's in a way you're in a way an escape to who you are,
Yeah,
and that makes you really happy, like you said earlier. So maybe I could contribute on that happiness with my own
of
little
course.
little part, a little place in the sun. So we'll talk more about that for sure. But
Of
definitely,
course, for
I'll
sure.
invite you again to guest. Now, maybe when we have a project together, when you have something to promote on the singing side, so they'll see that aspect of yours. But being such a business owner, entrepreneur, and having that business in your hometown, which is Kalibo in Aklan, and that's really in itself a blessing, and I'm so proud of what you have done and what you have accomplished so far at such a young age. But thank you for this time. I know it's a Saturday and it's
Yeah.
family day. It's big for your clan and for your family. But I took 2 hours of your precious time, and I enjoyed every minute of it, and I know I'm getting a lot of loves and hearts on my end here that they enjoy talking to you for such a young and fresh person and with such idea and the ideas you shared with us. So let's your last word for your supporters, your fans, your clients, your potential clients, and your soon to be significant other. What's your message for the world?
Yeah, so first of all, I just really want to thank you, Tita. Thank you for this opportunity. I loved the interview. I loved how it of course I love talking about, my beloved profession, SLP, my center in Kalibo. I really enjoyed that. But also I enjoyed catching up with you, and I'm really excited to see you again next month. So yeah. And for everyone watching, especially my family, thank you guys for all of your support. Always. Like my family, especially like my cousins, everyone, they really are always there to support me. Like from the board exam to the clinic, to even now watching this interview. Thank you. And to everyone who spent time on this interview, like talking or like listening to me and Tita Josh. Thank you so much for your time, and also for all of the comments that you guys sent. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope everyone has a really great day. I really enjoyed, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah, and they did because I'm getting not only from my mom. Your mom said thanks for all the good words. Bing, you're more than welcome for doing an interview for Jay. Of course, anytime this can help many understand Jay's profession, speech language
Yeah.
pathology. It's so true.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to guest you too, because it's not like something that everybody knows about, and I think you shed light. And of course, guys, Filipinos abroad, and of course, everybody has a 6 degree of separation. There is now a speech therapy center in Kalibo. Imagine that, and it's run and owned by none other than JAYE Mayor, who happens lang naman to be placed ninth on the licensure exam. So, I mean, what better way to have someone at her caliber or with her caliber to have a business like that, homegrown and has the right
Right.
heart. Yeah, so it's just amazing. And of course, oh, before we go though, they are asking me, you forgot to give us where to follow the social media.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, okay, let's start first. Yung mga Jack, yung mga gustong pumarma, ano raw ang Facebook page mo? Nako, Jack, don't kill me. It's on right here. They're PMing me, private message me. Nako, ang dami nang admire itong dalaga natin. So Facebook page. Are you more on Facebook or are you on Instagram first?
I'm more on Instagram,
Okay.
like for personal stuff. So my Instagram is just the same, J Mayor. And on
J as in
Instagram,
JAYE.
yeah, JAYE MAYOR. That's my
Okay.
Instagram. And for Sanag, please follow our Facebook page. It's Sanag Therapy Center Kalibo on
Okay.
Facebook.
And
So
then
you
only
can,
one there, if you type Sanag or at Sanag, it will show already
yeah.
Sanag Speech Therapy Center on Facebook. But I don't think you have IG on Sanag, right?
No,
Yeah,
not yet, Tito, not yet.
yeah. Because so I was searching that. Now, are you in TikTok?
Yes. Yes, I
And
am
what's your
actually.
TikTok?
I
Because
have a.
your age, everybody has in TikTok.
You're
X,
right.
yeah,
Yes.
Telegram.
Yeah, actually, I haven't really publicly promoted this because I'm trying nga muna to parang progress in like what I'm trying to do, like making like writing stuff, getting better at guitar. But I do have a TikTok that's just for like my covers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's Jay has a mic, as in Jay has a microphone. So that's my TikTok handle. It's
JAYE has a mic.
has a mic, yeah. It's like one
One
username. So
letter,
if
one word.
yeah, one word.
JAYE has a mic. And then
Yeah.
YouTube,
Oh, you. I think I do have a YouTube channel, but I haven't.
but you're not active.
No, not really.
Okay, let's stop with that first. Okay, for the business, it's at Sanag, or of course Facebook, Sanag Speech Center, a Speech Therapy Center, Kalibo.
Yeah.
Okay, and then those people who are interested to get her better, Instagram. Nako, I really am gonna be in trouble now. Um, so it's JAYE Mayor, and for
Yes.
Instagram, and then if you want to hear her music, that's Jay has a mic.
Yeah, on
TikTok.
TikTok, but
And
it's really yeah.
we'll stop at that. So eventually you'll hear more about her singing career. I think now I will definitely ask Jack or Jose Joaquin Mayor and
Oh, final name na.
Bell Bing Lao Mayor for permission so we could explore the singing career of your daughter when I see her. And with that, again, maraming salamat for the time spent. Talagang breaking tayo 2 hours. I really enjoyed every minute of it. I know a lot of people found out about the process and about Sanag and the speech therapy, your profession and all that. I am, again, congratulations for all the wonderful things that you have accomplished at such a young age, and looking forward to more accomplishment, more mileage that you could put under your belt, and looking forward to that. And you never know. And of course, I will definitely see you next month.
Yes,
Hopefully
yes,
sooner.
Tito.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
we'll have a big talk, and we'll over coffee, and
Of course,
we'll
I'm really looking
definitely.
forward.
I can't wait to talk more about.
Yeah.
So we cannot talk on air.
Exactly.
And of course, I will take it as a secret, and you and I will talk more about it. But again, I hope you had a wonderful time, you guys, and of course, I will be signing off. And tomorrow, I have another show, which is Dear Kuya Josh. We have a new letter, and the episode for tomorrow is Choose to Be Happy. That's a nice one. Choose to be happy. That's a nice one. This is a nice letter from a gentleman from Saudi Arabia. So choose to be happy is the episode for tomorrow. For Dear Kuya Josh, in the Pacific, it's going to be 10 p.m. on a Saturday. But if you are going to watch it from the Philippines, it's going to be 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and and for other places, it depends really on your time zone and where you're located. So it's going to be tomorrow live as well. So for now, we had a wonderful conversation. We had a wonderful time with our special guest, JAYE Mayor, R something. Basta licensed speech therapy.
SLT.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. And then, of course, we got to know up close and personal with her business and all that. So with that, maraming salamat again. And like what I always advise people and remind people every time I close any of my shows, you need try. And I know it's difficult as we go through the process and our lives to be kind. You can never go wrong with kindness. and any act of kindness that you do to people, it is pretty guaranteed it will come back to you in so many ways, in different forms, in different times, different situation, and different people. And that's a guarantee. It happened to me, and I'll share that with you once it can be shared, and it is one hell of a story to tell, but definitely act of kindness and be kind. And that's my reminder to you every time I am on in any of my shows. Be kind, try to be nice, and try to, regardless how difficult you're going through, the journey that you and I are going through, if you're kind, the kindness will be boomerang back to you. So with that, maraming salamat. If I don't see you tomorrow in my other show, you have a fantastic weekend, whatever is left of it. You have a wonderful weekend next week, and God bless us all. And with that, good night, everybody. Have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice night.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.